Absolutely.
Hello, guys. So I'm starting the recording right now. Let's start this. Finally meeting the beautiful couple, Gabby and Mike. And so who started by an idea and now have this beautiful project starting in the region of Gatineau, Ottawa, where they developed this idea and took it further until it's realized as a beautiful project, and living with it, making people happy, making people partying, and memories, experiences with their boat. So I have no words, guys. I love entrepreneurs, as I said before, and I say it all the time. I love people to be independent from the system, not counting on someone to make them money or the system, but taking an idea, developing it, and making their family rich, not only with money, but with experiences and or what comes with it. So independence, especially, and financial independence, financial of thinking, and even freedom of moving wherever you want in this world. So tell me, how did you get the idea? How did you develop it? Let's know.
Well, I guess overall, it's just it takes a lifetime to get to where you're at. Be it good, bad, ugly, amazing. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, always looking, always trying different things. Everything from the multi-levels to running my own business, running my own school. Gabby's been an entrepreneur running her own brokerage with insurance. And, as the years go by, you want to find something that you can enjoy doing absolutely every single day. And people that come and see you are happy to see you every single day. So, we're not first to market with our idea, but we really believe we built a better mousetrap. And, I guess that the first question is what is the idea? And right now, Gabby and I are sitting on one of our boats. We currently have 4 boats, and it's a floating tiki bar. It's a 12-passenger vessel that meets all of Transport Canada's certification, and it's a bar on the water. So clients go out on a 90-minute tour, escaping the realities of life, and almost imagining as if they're in Hawaii or in Bahamas or some Polynesian island by a tiki bar sipping margaritas. The only difference is they're doing it right in their hometown. And for us, the hometown is Ottawa. For other people, it's up in Wasaga. And we have a business model to expand all across North America. Next year, we'll most likely have boats in Toronto, Halifax, possibly Montreal. And as you alluded to a little bit earlier on, something about the dragons. And we did face the dragons on Dragons Den, and our episode will air on October 20th. 2022. Right now, we're not allowed telling anybody what happened with that episode.
But you have to watch it.
You have to watch it.
I see the smiles.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the exposure. It becomes a platform and a forum for other entrepreneurs to say, how do I do that in my city? How do I get involved? Is there a franchise available? Are they looking for corporate managers? Is there a different option? And that's what Gabby and I spent a lot of time developing, is the possibility to work with other entrepreneurs where we've done a lot of the heavy lifting, and they can enjoy an incredible lifestyle that can last seasonably if you're in the northern hemisphere like we are right now in Ottawa. Our business lasts for only 5 months, but we want to expand into other areas like Florida and Mexico where it's a year-round business. And the nice thing about that is double the number of
cities. What kind of cities are you trying to explore and expand?
Well, the idea is any city that has a body of water, is and they have boat tours already. So that's the key area. If you're up in a city, a little small town where tourism is not popular, of course, the boat will do you know, it's a great looking boat. People will come up to you, but it is a business. You know, no matter how we slice it and dice it, this is a business, and a business is, you know, positioned to make money. So ideally, any city that has a body of water where there's already a boat tourism business. Now that could be a pontoon business. It could be a larger, you know, passenger vessel where they have 200 or 300 passengers coming in for a 60 or 90-minute tour about the area.
Yeah, but that's the reason why is because why would it be good for us to open in a place that have already like other type of tours?
Because the market research has been done.
It's already there, and a lot of things are already set, and I already like, you know, worked out, right? So you are not just going into a fresh and open canvas, which you are going to find a lot of situations, so a lot of problems with permits, with this and that. So that's why.
So, I mean, there's a lot of bodies of water. Just in Ontario alone, we can probably have 50 or 60 boats. Gabby and myself, our conservative goal is 100 boats over the next 10 years. So that's building 10 boats a year and expanding to, you know, predominantly the larger cities. So just in Canada alone, you know, you're looking at Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, Halifax, Nova Scotia, any bodies of water that's there. And then the lakes, the large body of lakes, like in the Okanagan Valley, beautiful lakes there, the Muskokas, you know, even up in Tremblant, there's a lot of tourists that go there, and they're looking for something different. And our opportunity, our vessel is very different. We've had boaters, we're sitting here where we pick up passengers, and there's oddly enough, a pumping station where people come and clean out their boats of all their waste. And people have come off their boats, walk down and say, I've been on the water for 40 years. I love boating, and I've never, ever seen a boat like yours. And they're just like, they're stunned. They're looking and saying, this is beautiful. And yes, it's a beautiful vessel, but more importantly, it's a beautiful business.
Yes.
That's not more than a boat. Like, this is a bar. This is like a dream on a boat. Like, people, of course, people know I didn't see that. And let me tell you, like, I traveled through Europe and Cancun, Mexico, like Tulum and stuff, a little bit of States, but never seen like something like this. I don't know if it's like the first for what, like all businesses, or never the idea was created, but I never seen this through my experience. So I don't know if you know about any other businesses that exist already. Or
there are some in the United States, very similar. And when Gabby and I tried to bring those businesses to Canada, Transport Canada put a block on it because they felt the way the vessels were constructed, they weren't safe. And it's not to say that they're not safe. They just don't meet Transport Canada standards, which from what I understand are really high compared to the US Coast Guard standards. And aside and apart from that, our vessel seats 12 passengers. Most of the vessels in the United States are 6-passenger vessels. We have a bathroom on board. They don't have a bathroom.
Wow.
So really, the quality of workmanship that went into building our boats, it's top notch. And there are other boats in the United States which they call themselves tiki boats and tiki tours, or some pseudo name of that. But it's essentially a pontoon boat that somebody threw some thatch, you know, to make it look tropical. And that's great. And I'm glad it's working for them. But at the end of the day, it's a pontoon boat with thatch thrown on it. The shape of our boat is very irregular. We're an octagon. We're 18 feet in diameter, and it's very different. So the only drawback is, unlike a pontoon boat, I can't just hook my boat up to a trailer and take it up to the next lake for the following weekend. It stays here, and it takes a forklift or you know, a boom lift to lift my vessel out of the water, like it would any large boat, commercial business. Okay. So once the boat hits a body of water, it stays in that body of water. But I think the most important is our passengers, right? Tell them.
Yeah, like, so our passengers, like, honestly, the beauty about this job is that you are seeing always happy people, right? So like the experience is totally a different thing that, I don't know, than somebody that gives you the service of being a dentist, right? Like you see happy people.
No disrespect to dentists out there, but I don't like going to see my dentist.
But you know what? It's just like people that comes here, they are coming to have a good time, and they are usually laughing and having fun and, you know, having a good time. So that's really a nice office, right? So it's really nice. So we have a lot of bachelorette parties where they are always happy. We have birthdays. We have corporate events that are really cool.
Weddings, weddings this
like,
summer.
What kind of clientele you're seeing? Like,
honestly, I will tell you that what I've seen, we wanted to do it for everybody, you know, like family wise, like for like no age limit or anything. And then as the company started to grow, we realized that it is a bar, and it is more directed towards people, I'll say 18 and up, and mostly for people that have money to spend, because it's not cheap. So
Yeah, we're not a bargain cruise line. We don't position ourselves as a booze cruise. Yes, we are a floating bar. But in Ontario, I know some people might be watching this in other provinces and states. In Ontario, you can go to the movie theaters and buy a beer or a wine, but you're not going to the movie theater to get drunk. You're going to enjoy the movie, and while enjoying the movie, you're having a beverage or two.
Exactly.
Right? So when you come onto the tiki boat, there's a lot of people who've never experienced the body of water in the city that they live in, be it Toronto. I mean, Gabby and I have been to Toronto countless of times, but chatting with our potential business partner, it was our first time to actually go out to Toronto Island.
Yes.
And we were like, what? I can't believe I'm 54 years old. I've been to Toronto, I don't know how many times, and I've never been to this little paradise from downtown Toronto. And it's only a 12-minute boat ride across. So we were shocked. And that's Toronto. And there's people who live in Ottawa who have never been on the river, who've never experienced the city off a boat. Never mind a tiki boat, off any kind of a boat. And that happens everywhere, because people don't have the money to buy a boat, or they just don't have the time, or they don't know somebody with a boat. So our business gives those people an opportunity to experience the water, and water is very therapeutic. Just being on the water, being in a boat, it actually has calming purposes. Yeah. And then throw in the fact that you have a bar and happy people.
Yeah, but it is definitely for people that have the possibilities to pay.
Yeah.
For an expensive an hour and a half.
So we're talking about the pricing. How much is the tour for 90 minutes?
So we have different prices. We have let's say we have our special on Tuesday. That is our Ticket Tuesday. Is $45 per seat, right? Okay. So you can come here with 12 friends, $45 per person plus the drinks. Now, if you come here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is $60 per chair, or $600 the charter. Friday night and Saturdays, because is very popular, so you know everybody wants those days. It is $75 the seat, or $750 the charter that fits 12 people, okay, plus the drinks. Now the drinks, you know what happened with COVID and everything after that. What happened is that the prices of drinks and everything went just up to the sky. What we did is, because you are already paying for the seat, we didn't hike the prices of drinks. So then they are honestly very conservative in price, even though they are really good. So, you know, and that's the thing, that's the vision that you have to have as an entrepreneur in this company, is that it is about making your clients really happy. So, you know, you are not going to be fighting a little bit for, oh my God, my drink doesn't taste like alcohol. Oh, don't worry about it. You know, it's really taking care of your clients, because they are paying for a seat, they are paying for the drink, and it is not cheap.
Yeah. And our staff makes a difference. The captain is not just driving the vessel. He's interacting, or she's interacting with the passengers, asking them where they're from. I mean, relationships, right? You know, you've got 90 minutes with these people. It's like as if you're going to a bar in a different city, and you sit down and you're meeting new people. The only difference is these people are coming to meet you. Time and time again, always a different crowd, always a different group. And then the same thing, the first mate is joking around with them. We have some additional services that we provide on the boat. We give them cool looking sunglasses. We give them leis. We want to make memories. And when they get off our boat, it's always a 5-star experience. They're always ranting and raving, saying, you know, this is one of the best things I've ever done in Ottawa. And we appreciate that. And, you know, that doesn't come easily. That comes with a lot of hard work and thinking through, how do we want to be treated if we're spending this kind of money? And as Gabby said, you know, at the end of the day, the drinks are not expensive, and we make sure the quality's there. And at the end of the tour, they get to even take home the cups that we give them. So they have a souvenir cup. So there's these little releases of endorphins right through their entire trip. And you're getting this, and you're getting a link of all the photographs we're taking. So all those little things make the entire package, where they get home and they tell all their friends, and then their friends call and book with us. We've had a lot of repeat clients that you know have come 3 or 4 times this summer with different groups of people, because they want to experience not just the boat again. They want to experience and share that excitement with all the other people that, you know, they're either working with, or, you know, family or friends, or people coming from out of town. So that's great that we get a lot of repeat business.
Well, that's what I said, like in my sentence. It's exciting. You see the boat, it's exciting, and then you're having fun, of course, with your buddies. You're getting memories, as you say. You invest in that culture of the captain is talking to the people, and it's only 12 people surrounding you. It's not like it's a big bar when you go to the city and everybody is going crazy, drunk and whatever. You're making memories on a boat. Like, I went on boats on the river, you know, and I know how it is. Like, it's not a big yacht or whatever. It's a small space. You're just relaxing, whatever. But it's I'm imagining. I never been on the boat, and I hope I'm gonna get on your boat soon. But I've seen the pictures, and it's like the same.
Hang on, let's give you a quick tour. If I go
Yeah,
here,
of course. Yeah.
Let's flip the camera around. So we'll start. Here's Gabby. Gabby, why don't you give us a tour?
Okay, guys, so come follow me. So just turn around, Mike. So here we have our bar, as you can see. You know, we have Pepsi Bridges, that they are our, you know, how can I say it, affiliate, a sponsor, or something. So we have all the drinks here, so we can make cocktails. So we have all the tools.
Then we have drink menu specials.
Amazing.
And then maybe the idea is to actually, you know, we're always looking for other sources of making more sales somehow. So then here we have the Advantage program, in which you can have your company advertise here, and then 12 people will be looking at them constantly, right? So then other companies can also put their company there to advertise.
And it's the little details, right? It's adding little signs.
Are you actively looking for sponsors and
always looking for sponsors and people who want to advertise? So we'll go around. I'll start from the front of the boat so you can get an idea of what the boat looks like from a distance, and then we'll show the bathrooms. So I'm gonna go up a little bit over here so people can really see it's not your standard pontoon boat, right? It's an octagon. You know, it's built on 3 pontoons, custom built. This is not a pontoon boat that was ripped apart. I mean, when you look at the size of those pontoons at the bottom, they're massive. They were specifically designed and built.
That's what I say, everybody, for everybody like around the world. Canada is the safest country because of, you know, the all the standards we follow, all the requirements we need for businesses and everything. So if it's not safe in Canada, it's crazy. So Canada, when they pass a regulation or a safety thing, that means we are in business, you know?
Yeah. So they would come on, and little details, you know, they see the paddles. It kind of looks like a shark bit out of it. Little things, the decor. As soon as they come in, you know, everything from free beer tomorrow. They're laughing. Oh, so if I come tomorrow, there's free beer, and then they don't catch on right away that if they come tomorrow, the sign still says free beer tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they show up, they sit down.
A safety jacket. I see. I think safety jacket as well.
Yeah,
For
life jackets. We have actually 14 life jackets on board, plus 2 children's life jackets. So we actually have 16 life jackets.
Okay.
Up there from a safety standards. There's paddles. We have internet. Like, this is a very high-tech boat, even though it looks very low-tech. And that's specifically designed. It looks low-tech, but there's a lot of high-tech in here.
Yes, and also we all have our certification for what it was before 𝗪𝗏3, so that's like for safety
Yeah.
in case of emergencies. And all the captains have their SBOP, that is a high level of licensing, right, to be able to drive this boat. And our first mates have also the 𝗪𝗏3 plus the Smart Serve here in Ontario, right?
Swivel chairs. So when they sit down, they can, you know, turn around and see the sights. You know, they get a bar menu. They sit down before they start to order or before anything.
I have an idea for you guys. It's beautiful. I have seen that, and it's very attractive for customers. Like the high chairs, if you can make them. I don't know if you know a Senior Frog in Mexico. It's very popular. Florida.
Senior Frog. Yeah, we've heard of that.
Yeah, if you see their chairs, it's all like a bathing suit. Like you can see a butt, like they're sitting on a butt, and you can do a different design. Everybody will have their own design, and it's beautiful. So everything is beautiful. Like this is the toilet, I guess, right?
Yeah. So take a leaky, you know, the back. So any boats approaching us, they see the back. So even the little details, little lights on the back, you know, that light up at night, you know, so when people are approaching the boat, they see it's cool. And then the bathroom itself is stunning, right?
Yeah.
You don't get bathrooms like this on a regular boat.
No.
That you can have several people. Artwork in the bathroom, little details, right? Information, because we go with a composting toilet. We might do a pump out toilet in a future vessel. Okay. Beautiful sinks. Right, it's as far as a bathroom goes on a boat or a restaurant, it's a very, very nice bathroom.
The space is very smartly accommodating on the boat.
Yeah, and then we run a lot off a generator, so we have a Mercury engine, one engine that powers us. Depending on the body of water, we might have a 60 or a 90, and then the generator operates, you know, the 2 fridges that we have. You know, there's a sink for the bartender. All of our licensing things. So here's our certificate from Dragon's Den, you know, acknowledging that we were on Dragon's Den. We have our various liquor permits, little signs. This comes off so that they can take a selfie, and right away there's branding, you know, being given about our boats, and they can take a selfie with our little.
Do you give them a tour when
and as you see, other people are getting off another boat, and what are they doing after getting off that boat? They're taking pictures of this boat, wishing that they took a tour on this boat.
You should give them cards or whatever to come visit you.
What was that? Yeah, so Gabby's going to give them some information right now.
Yeah, distribute flyers and cards, you know.
Oh yeah. So this little plastic, and then as they go up, there's flyers in a booth over there.
Amazing.
So, you know, it is a beautiful vessel. I mean, everything's hardwood floors all around, and then you have the bamboo, you know, the beautiful cedar tops. And then, like Gabby said, you know, you have, whoops, let me come around over here. And then, you know, we have the generator that powers the fridges, the TV, the iPads, the music. We have 2 speakers. We've gone ahead on Wednesday nights. We do karaoke night. So our clients, you know, we have cordless microphones that hook up to those speakers and through this system over here. And, you know, they sing through an iPad, and we do karaoke nights every Wednesday night. So people who have come, they come back because, oh, I did the boat, now I want to do it for karaoke night. Right? Yeah. Safety equipment. We have our marine radios. You know, everything blended in. It doesn't stand out. Little bells for last call. You know, beautiful lighting, as you can see.
What time is the last call?
So last call is 20 minutes before the tour returns.
Okay.
So the clients, we go out, and we're actually only serving alcohol for about, I would say about an hour, right? So it's a 90-minute tour. We need enough time to serve the last drink so the clients can finish the last drink, and then we settle up their bills. And all their bills, we utilize a square reader. So everything is connected with internet on the boat. We have a special device that gives internet for the boat. We don't give that to the clients because it really, all it is a SIM card for a cell phone. But it operates all of our music. We use Spotify. Clients can download their own playlists and play their music. If they've chartered the whole boat out, it's their music. You know, we're happy to play our playlist, but we want to accommodate them that if they've got a special music repertoire that they want to listen to, then they can.
Amazing. This is great. I love it. Like it's a boat with all the electrical, with all the amenities and stuff, and still you feel that you're still in a cozy small bar, a family bar where you go every Wednesday, every Friday night, and have a good time. So
yeah.
Did you see any difficulties managing all this project and stuff?
So the difficulties, I mean, the biggest part is just getting, you know, the local permits in your area, you know, finding a place to launch your boat from. But that's, you know, that's part of the partnership of our expansion of what we're doing is, you know, people working with the local cities to get approval for that. And right now, tourism is such a massive factor where every single city is looking to do something to inject tourism so that clients and customers will come into their cities. So, you know, the obstacles is generally red tape and bureaucracy. But again, with tourism, we find that, you know, they're very receptive. We have cities calling us saying, we want you here. But, you know, once we explain that it's not just us, you know, that it takes an investor, they said, well, the minute you have an investor, have them call us and we'll cut through all the red tape. We already have docs for you. And there's always going to be other challenges. Like if somebody doesn't have the investment, they've got to go to the banks. They got to, you know, like any other business out there. But as far as the operations, it's easier to manage than a bar. It's a lot more fun. And the maintenance of the boat, right? You know, it's like anything else. You want to make sure you're doing your oil changes and keeping the boat in top shape. Issues will happen. You know, fishing lines get caught in the engine and you got to stop and you have to deal with those things. But there's no major obstacle that we've encountered yet that would prevent us from going worldwide with the product.
How about putting the boat on the water, like in the marinas? Sometimes the marinas are very independent. And did you see any issues with that?
We're not operating. So some marinas don't allow commercial operations from there. So you would, again, and that's where you're working with the city to have a dock that's not at the marina that is independent. But talking to previous tiki operators, some of them do operate out of a commercial marina. So everything is going to be a little bit different. Some areas may allow you, you know, there's hotels on the water that the hotel has their own marinas and has their own docks. Like we're thinking of Cancun and all the different, you know, possibilities there where they can utilize our boats for their guests, and we'll create a model that works for that. So they already have their own private marinas. But I guess those are the challenges that every city will present. The only thing that we don't want is any kind of body of water where the currents are very, very, very strong.
Yes.
Because that, you know, it's not something you want to be fighting against is those currents. You know, Montreal is an example. I wouldn't do it downtown Montreal. I would definitely do it in the old port, you know, in a secluded body of water. But the St. Lawrence Seaway near downtown Montreal, the currents are very strong. So I wouldn't put a boat there. But definitely in Verdun, definitely in Lachine, definitely St. Anne de Bellevue, as well as other areas where the waters are a lot more calm and people go out and enjoy, you know, their Saturdays and Sundays on the water. Gabby, do you have anything to add?
No, that's perfect. Exactly as Mike says, he's perfect talking. So I just let him always do. To say
You know, the exciting thing is a lot of people go out there and they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a boat. They work their jobs 9 to 5, only to get out on the boat on Saturday and Sunday, and that's it. We're on the water every single day. You know, we're waving at them as they're going to work. So it's exciting.
You gotta enjoy every minute of your life. You know,
Absolutely.
Of every day. You know, 2 years ago, I left to Mexico, as I told you before, and I was coming from a stressful background, government, and working in real estate, my 4 years in real estate, and I was disconnecting. Like, I went to Mexico, and my weeks were planned in advance. But when I went to Mexico, I was planning every hour. Like, I didn't know what the next hour I would do.
Exactly.
And I was very happy about it, you know. So, and you can see that on every face of the people over there, because there's the sunshine, people are happy, there is no rush for anything, and there is no stress. That's it, because the people are doing what they love. That's it. And yeah, so we talked about the boat, and what's the cost of building every I don't know if you want to discuss that, or
so
yeah.
For people that are interested in learning more about what we have to offer, we have 2 different websites. So our business is called 𝗓𝗡, and the website is 𝗓𝗡.tours. The .tours is the domain name. So it would be www.𝗓𝗡.tours. And that talks about our business here in Ottawa, and people can get a flair that if we expand into a different market, essentially we'll build out that website for their city. For expansion, if they want to work with us, there's 2 different ways to get involved with us. And all that information is available at 𝗓𝗡.boats. So www.𝗓𝗡.boats. And the 𝗓𝗡.boats talks about our partnership program, and really it breaks it down that their investment can be for 1 boat, 2 boat, or 3 boats, and they will understand that there's a difference between what we're offering and what a franchise is. So it's an operational license. Gabby and I joke that if you get 1 boat, you're buying a hobby. If you're buying 2 boats, you're buying a business, and if you're doing 3 boats, you're building an enterprise. And then, of course, we're always welcome to talking with investors who want to invest in our company as a whole. 𝗓𝗡 Tours International or Tiki Tours International, they can invest in our business as a whole, where we're going to take that money and we're going to expand corporate locations, so they can make an investment in that as well. But you know, that really talks about the program, and you know, going across Canada and the United States, it's not just a matter of finding somebody with money, but it's finding the right partners, those who understand business. They either want to invest and hire a manager to run it for them, or they want to be hands-on because they just love being on the water every day. So those are the 2 websites that if somebody's interested in, they can start researching the information there, reaching out to us, and then saying, hey, you know, I saw you on the video, I saw you on YouTube, you know, what would be your next steps? And then we'll take the discussion further with them from that point.
Perfect. That's amazing. And yeah, I'm sharing right now the website for 𝗓𝗡.boats. So if anybody wants to partner or invest in the company in itself, this is amazing. This is a great opportunity, I think. And the boats are amazing. I see during the evening. I think it's the most beautiful thing. Like, during the night, it's better than during the day, but it's a different experience, I guess.
It's a different experience, definitely. But both either the day or the night is really, really nice. Like,
yeah, in the day you get the sunshine, you know, warming your face, but at nighttime the boats are beautiful, and depending on the city that you're in, you know, if you've got a city skyline, it's gorgeous at night. Downtown Ottawa at night is beautiful. But But at night, some people just come on, like where we operate for the last 2 weeks of the year, it's all greenery. They're getting on to be with their friends, for what we call the haunted tiki. And that's another thing. We do, specialty themes throughout the summer, to make it interesting for our local clientele and for those who are visiting. In July, what did we do in July?
Yeah, so we have Christmas in July.
So we dressed up the boat with Christmas decorations, and all of our clients actually got a gift from us. We gave them a little gift bag, and it was fun.
Like as an entrepreneur, honestly, Mike has an amazing brain, and you have to kind of find people with that type of hunger, right? Because like he's not only putting the boat, he was like, okay, we have to put this and that, and all the little extras that makes it different every little bit, even for the same people that could be visiting us once and they can come back for another experience. So that's the way his brain works. It's not only one thing, it is just let's add this and that, and that's the type of entrepreneur people that you need, right? Like, so to bring something new within the business that is already there.
But it's also for social media, right? So if you've got a different theme, even if somebody's not interested in Christmas in July, it gives you a reason to post on social media.
Mike,
and showing up in people's feeds. You're always staying in.
It's not just about selling the boat or inviting people to come to the boat, but it's about getting the next customer, the next group, the next empire. Building the empire is not easy, and it's not just by inviting people to the boat. It's about creating all this culture, and all these little things you're making on the boat are building that culture, like the small wheel or the smiles on your face, and how you teach the captain and all the crew to interact with the people. Exactly. All that is part of building the empire. Some empires go on decline; they just implode. Others, they stay for generations because of the culture, and that's the key for the success, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, no matter where we are in the form of an economy or a recession, people will travel, and they may not travel internationally. COVID has taught us that a lot of people did more backyard experiences or, neighboring towns. They started to discover their own city again. And the beauty of what we're offering is we're not offering a vessel that holds 300 passengers where you're sitting on plastic seats. We're offering a very intimate experience where there's a maximum of 12 people on the boat, and it's very COVID friendly. And even if COVID goes away, whatever the next virus is, or whatever, it's a small experience. You're out in the fresh air, you're on a moving vessel. Like, it's got so many wins to it that makes us happy, makes our staff happy, makes the clients happy. And that's it. We love giving people those memories. And it's exciting.
It's really nice.
Yeah. That's amazing. So talk to me about the Mexican dream, the Mexican project you're having to do to take the Palapa to the next level on the lagoon, and working all year long, not only the season for as in Canada.
Well, of course, that was my idea. I'm like, I'm Mexican, so I just think that it will be an amazing thing to do there. I do kind of know the pros and cons, and it does worries me a little bit because I do know my Mexico that I love with all my heart, but I am a realistic person, and I know what are the things that we are going to encounter there. So, but I think it will be a really, really amazing business there. Number one, like number of population, right? Like, just to do your marketing, if you do the rates, it will be just incredibly busy. But we have to be taking care also about safety and a lot of other things. But yeah, I was telling Mike, like, this will be amazing in Mexico. And of course, we were always thinking on not living forever in the snow. So we said, okay, so we can do the season here, and either having a partner that takes care of everything there, so a partnership with somebody else, or us, and having an operation, somebody operating the company. So but it will be very nice because the weather will be helping us a lot. Like, it's not going to be just 5 months, it will be the whole year maybe, right? it will have to be like have changes and adjustments, but yeah, like we are thinking about that. So of course I don't think we'll be putting it in the same situation like in Canada, like saying like what Mike was telling you about just getting a dock and not working with a marina. In Mexico we'll have to have a different structure because we will need to be protected, right? So
most likely working with the resorts,
with a resort.
And I guess the long-term vision, and I think when we had spoken on the phone, you know, people will go to a city, and if they're not familiar with anything in a city, they'll go, well, let's find the Hard Rock Cafe. You know, I've been
Yes.
to the Hard Rock Cafe in New York City. I want to go to the Hard Rock Cafe in Arizona or in California and in LA. And whether they eat at the restaurant or not, they're going to pick up that T-shirt because that's what Hard Rock has done. It's created almost a cult-like following. Starbucks has done it with their coffee cups, right? You go to Singapore and you pick up a Starbucks coffee cup that has the word Singapore on that. I can't buy it here in Ottawa because it's from Singapore. So people go out of their way. And, you know, if we have a series of palapa boats in Mexico, the people who are there, the snowbirds that go there, come back to Canada and they're in Vancouver. It's like, I did that in Mexico. Oh my gosh, I have to do that here. It becomes something that they go to the city and they seek us out. And that's already happened. We've had clients tell us that they drove from Timmins, Ontario. Drove. That's 11 hours to Ottawa from Timmins. And the only reason they came here was to come on our boats. They stayed in a hotel. They ate in the local restaurants. They came to Ottawa to be on a boat for 90 minutes that they spent a lot of money on to be on a floating tiki bar. The next morning, they got up, got into the car, and went back to Timmins. For me, that blows my mind. That means we do have something special where we've had people drive in from Montreal, from Vermont, a lot of people from Toronto have come specifically to visit us.
So I think, like, basically we think that honestly, sorry, sweetie, that honestly it will be a very good business in Mexico if it is in the hands of the right people with the right mind, you know, and the right operation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, it all depends on the strong, solid partner who will work loyally on stuff like this. You know, so and it's not everybody who can do it, and that's why your mission is to find the right person with the right culture to understand the culture. It's the same guy who came from far away from Montreal or whatever city just to experience that, will be with the money and convinced to invest in this. So it's an amazing experience. And you keep saying it's expensive or it's high price, but I know there's the taxi or the boat taxi between Gatineau and Ottawa. How much is it? Like, between Gatineau and Ottawa, how much is it? Like $15?
Well, if you're going to do a round trip, what we're doing, it's about $35. And he doesn't serve alcohol, and you're sitting on a bench.
For 5 minutes.
The big white tour boat is about $35, and you're sitting on plastic benches. And they do have a bar, but it's not that intimate experience. I mean,
exactly.
I couldn't have planned it. Those ladies just got off that big white boat, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't we know about this?"
Exactly. And it's coming. You know, it's gonna.
We know it's coming.
Yeah.
As is people who are going to try be copycats, right? You know, one of the things that people have asked is, do we have a patent on the boat? We are in the process of trademarking, but to get a patent on a boat, I mean, somebody changes the roof design and you have to get a whole other patent. The reality is that if Gabby and I reach our goal of building 100 boats in 10 years, we haven't even scratched the scratch of the potential of how many bodies of water there are worldwide, right? I'm not worried about competitors. People have told me they're going to compete against me. I followed up with them, and they're not, because it's a lot of work to get to where we've got. And that's what we offer in our partnership licensing program, is all those little things we do for you. You get on the boat or you hire a manager, you operate your location, we'll do the back end online. We'll do all the little things with marketing. We'll do the social media. We'll do everything to, when you turn on that switch, your bank account's going to start growing and growing and growing and growing. And, you know, our business, our business did very well this year. Our business did very well last year, where I don't know there's too many businesses. I will speak on Gabby's and my personal experience, but operating for 8 weeks last year, we got a 100% return on our investment.
For 8 weeks. Wow.
For 8 weeks. We don't have any bank loans. We haven't financed. We did very well this year, as did, our bar. When we sit down with somebody, we can discuss numbers, but I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years and I've never, ever seen a business like this. Well, I'll tell you what ●𝕗𝒪𝕧𝒏𝒠 said. I mean, they've got experience. Doesn't matter if they invested or not, but ●𝕗𝒪𝕧𝒏𝒠 on Dragon's Den literally said, and I hope they broadcast this, they said, this is the best lifestyle business we've ever seen.
Best lifestyle business. Nice. Yeah.
So it's understanding what is a lifestyle business. A lifestyle business has the potential for an owner operator to make a huge amount of money. It's a lifestyle. You're doing it, and that's what I saw. That's what I saw some of these tiki operators, in the northern part of the United States with smaller boats than what we have. And when they shared their numbers with me, I said, you got to be kidding me. And he says, look, I'm in Florida 6 months of the year, and I come back and I love doing what I'm doing. He said, I started this as a hobby, but the money's fantastic. Right. And, again, it's not just about the money. It's about lifestyle. And that's why I love that quote from the Dragons, because it really is. I feel like I'm retired. I'm on the water every single day of the week. Yes, there's a little bit of work where you have to run and get supplies and things like that. But, we wake up when we want to wake up.
You're retired, but you're loving so much what you're doing that you feel that you're not working, but you're not.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's some long days where, people call in sick and you've got to take the shifts and you're tired. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we love it.
Well, because it's new, right? So then we know that in the future, we're not going to be doing these things.
Exactly.
But right now, we love it because we have to be checking. There's a saying in Spanish, maybe you will get it. It says, al ojo del amo engorda el caballo. That means you have to be there watching what's happening. Yeah. So yes, it's tough sometimes. It is tiring, definitely. It's a lot of physical work, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not for somebody that wants to do nothing. Forget it. Like, you have to work for it.
Yeah, some of those fridges that we showed you, somebody's got to stock those fridges. Somebody has to go to the store and get the Pepsi product or organize with Pepsi to drop off. And when they drop off, they don't stock your warehouse or your trailer or whatever it is. You got to move those things around. You got to run to and it's no different than every bar owner. I mean, we go to LCBO, which is the liquor store, and we see bar owners that are in there 3 or 4 times a week, right? Because they got to stock their bars, and we have to do the same thing, maybe to a smaller quantity, but there is work to be done. It's not it's a simple business. It's an easy business, but it does take some effort. Or hire the person, pay them a good salary, and let them manage those components for you. Because eventually that's what we're going to do. As we're supporting our other locations, we will have a manager in Ottawa. And right now it's most likely going to be somebody within our family. Our kids are all involved in our business.
I think we spoke already on the phone about this, but tell me what kind of crew employees you have right now. I think it's mainly a family business, right?
So basically, what we do have family involved, because they have the right certifications. Okay. So not only because they are family, they have to have the certifications. So for me, it's very special, and I do the hiring for the bartenders, let's say, and I'm very specific. Like, the attitude is like 90%, and personality, and then they have to have their smart serve. They have to have if they have some knowledge on boating, is even better, but they have to pass the training. We do train them in specifically how to work this boat. The SVOP for the captains is mandatory, so they have to have the SVOP. If not, they cannot touch the boat to drive it.
And what an SVOP is, a small vessel operator proficiency. So it's a course. It's a 35-hour course. It's given by various colleges. It's certified by Transport Canada. It's not just a leisure boat operator. So you're a captain. You're an official captain of a small vessel. and it's the first stepping stone for somebody who wants a career in maritime.
Yeah. So then also we're trying to help students, right? So yes, in the summer we hire some other students that wanted a summer job. We wanted to help them. So it's not just a business that we are want the money. We do help a lot of other organizations. So let's say charity wise, like we have helped a lot of other organizations. We don't have to tell that because those things we have to put them away. Like it's nothing we have to say. But in a relationship to the employees, yes, we have our kids, but we have other people that
we have 15 staff on board
15
working
staff
for
members,
us.
yeah.
And between us, we only have 6 kids. So there are other people that work with us, but it's really rewarding when all your children think you have the coolest business in the area and they want to work with you. Right. And that's really cool that they're always sometimes where we have to tell our kids, hang on, there's other employees as well. We got to give shifts to them as, and balance it out.
To be fair, 100%, and they know it.
But it's fun for our kids. It's fun for us. We're constantly around them. Long term, there's 3 different positions for the company. There's a manager. We're the managers right now, but eventually we'll hire a manager. You have your captain. You have your first mate, which they have to have a smart serve for serving alcohol. So various states and provinces will have different regulations regarding individual licensing requirements to serve alcohol. And then, we also have what we call ground crew. So when it's a very, very busy day, our staff don't have time to run from the boats up to our supply trailer. So we have a crew that works that. They come, they know when the tour comes in. Through the internet, a list has been sent saying, okay, I need 5 Pepsis, I need 6 Corona, I need 2 bottles of vodka, and I need 25 cups. And they bring that down to the boat so that within 15 minutes or 20 minutes, we're ready for the next group to come onto the boat. So Great. It's really a fine-tuned operation with regards to those, to those small details. Yeah.
Well, the most successful businesses I know are very the foundation started with the family.
Yeah.
And first is good because you're implementing and putting all that culture and way of doing things in a strong way. Plus you are educating your kids for working, and not a lot of families know how to do that and transmit that to their kids. So really good job.
Also the product that you're offering, right? Gabby was an insurance broker. I highly doubt both her daughters said, hey mom, I can't wait to join you in the financial broker. Now it could happen, right? I ran a private school and my kids didn't say, I can't wait to be principal of the school one day. And I've been a kids entertainer, and they kind of got involved, but they never really got engaged like in this business. There's something for every caliber of student or adult in this business, and it's fun. I come to, it's like you said earlier on, for us, it doesn't feel like a job. The summer like that, I cannot believe it's almost October. We just started last week operating. At least that's what it feels like. We've been operational since May, but you blink and it's October, and yet it's been fun. It's been such a fun time.
I think he's ready to move to Mexico and work all year long.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go to Mexico. We'll spend some time on the beach, and we'll help others for them to run the business, and we'll all have fun together, and we'll all make a lot of money together.
Absolutely. And as I said, your kids are ready now to move and get their own business now, either with you or start their own business. That's amazing. Exactly. Like entrepreneurs in the blood.
Exactly. Well, whatever they do, they have to do it really liking what they do and with passion and not giving up. There's ups and downs. You will always have moments in which you want to throw the towel. Like Mike knows, I was at some point, I said, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. And he will always say, no, we're going to keep going. We have to find the way.
Yeah.
So, and it happens.
And most of those frustrations was the red tape that we had to cut through and the slow process. But, as much as we felt those struggles getting started here locally, we've had other boat operators say to us point blank, we cannot believe how fast you got operational and in the water.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm talking about to the other entrepreneurs that they want to know that I want to just tell them that yes, you're
Yeah.
going to have frustrations, you're going to
Oh,
have
absolutely.
ups and downs, but you have to not let go and keep going because then you have the result, right?
Yeah.
There is that story of the gold rush, when people started digging, looking for gold, buying all the material and not finding anything, but they were this much to get the gold, they gave up, and that's it. They didn't find anything, and it happens to everyone because that's why only 5% get successful, because everybody gives up. Okay. And so bravo to you, chapeau bas comme on dit en français, and congratulations for all your success. And this
For
is
all your listeners and for those, there is an opportunity. October 20th, we're going to have that national television commercial, and then the Dragon's Den will have the links on there. And again, it doesn't matter whether they invest or not. It's if anybody watches Dragon's Den and they watch it carefully, a $250,000, $500,000 investment for us, that's 3 boats, that's 4 boats. We want 100 boats. So people shouldn't be deterred whether we got an offer from Dragon's Den or not. What they have to decide is, I love Mike and Gabby's attitude. I see their passion. I want to do this in my city. How do I make that happen? And then we start the conversation, and there's vetting on both sides. And if we feel we can work together, then we work together. And that's sometimes you make mistakes in business in choosing the wrong people, and sometimes contracts hold you together, and some other times you just part ways and you move on. But we've got something we're in love in. We're not only passionate about the business, but it's a very good business. Eliminate all that fun stuff. If I strictly spoke with the spreadsheets, it's a very good business on paper, outside of everything we talked about today. And that's what makes this opportunity so incredible.
amazing.
It's like real estate. I have friends now that can buy real estate without ever seeing the property.
Because
The
they see
property is irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's the financials, it's the cash flow. They read a financial statement and they understand, I'm not going to get emotionally attached to the look of the building. It's the numbers that speak. And that's what this is all about. The numbers are good.
Excellent. So I think we concluded with this. This is gonna be distributed, and I'm sure there will be a lot of interest. Even if the Dragons, I know the Dragons most of the time, or 90% of the time, it's about the socialization, the media. Like if they have a lot of enough listeners or no, but those listeners are not really the investors you're looking for, and that's what they follow. Like it's for the audit, for the people they want to follow their program or their show. So I hope for you all the success, and we will
Thank
put
you so much, Adam.
on my side. I will distribute this, and little by little, I'm sure with your long-term vision for the 100 boat, for expanding in all America, including Mexico, I'm sure you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna have all this independence and all your managers implemented on your float, and finally retired for real.
And between now and
Sorry, I have to let you go. I have to go get this stuff for the next tour, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gabby.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So anybody who's watching and listening, we're operational in Ottawa until October 31st, and we start in May of next year. So, again, the numbers will speak for themselves, but we welcome anybody to give us a call or connect with us through you, and, come out for a tour on the boat and feel the nitty gritty and drive the boat, get behind the steering wheel and say, I can do this, or, maybe it's not for me.
Yeah.
First drink on us when you come and visit.
Thank you. Perfect. Listen, I'll try to visit you as soon as possible, and I will personally distribute this or send the opportunity to key people I might think they will love it. But for sure, this will be on YouTube. This will be
Awesome.
distributed to all the groups I know. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, and take care.
Mahalo.
Hello. Bye bye.